In the circuit shown below, the capacitors C1 and C2 are very large and are short at the input frequency. Vi is the small signal input. The gain magnitude V0 by Vi is at 10 mega radian per second is. The options given are maximum, minimum, unity, 0. Right? Okay. This is a very important conceptual question. There are many concepts involved in this question. First of all, what do you mean by capacitors C1 and C2 are very large and are short at that input frequency? Which means C. Here there are two inputs. First one Vi and the second one the DC. Okay. Vi is the input and this is another one DC. DC source is always to be given for a NPN transistor for making it into active region. Okay, let us see each step. First of all, C1, C2 are the capacitors. In Z domain, what are they? Or in the other domain, frequency domain, we write them as impedance as 1 by j omega c, right? C is represented by 1 by j omega c. This C is very large such that even whatever be the omega, that is at the given omega, C is so large that this term can be neglected. This term goes to 0. 1 by j omega C is very large number such that this 1 by this whole term will go to 0, he is saying. Okay, this is what he is saying. You understood, right? Now we want the magnitude at this point, at this frequency 10 mega radian per second omega. Okay, first of all, for starting this circuit, let us take what is this parallel RLC. Okay, what is parallel RLC circuit? We shall just see a overlook. Okay, first of all, R, for this circuit, let me give some current. What will happen? Capacitor, inductor, resistor. R is replaced by R, L is replaced by what? SL, and C is replaced by 1 by SC. Let us simplify how it will go. Okay, let us call this voltage as V at this point, and this be ground, 0 volt. Okay, so what is the current? Applying KCL, that is current leaving through this, current leaving through this, plus current leaving through this, plus current leaving through this is 0. All the leaving current sum is equal to 0. The current leaving through this is V by R. Okay, V by R plus how much? V by SL is the resistance of this, and V by 1 by SC, that can be written as V into SC, plus how much is the current leaving from here? Current is coming, therefore leaving is minus I equal to 0. Don't write directly leaving plus leaving plus leaving is, it is coming like this. You will get confused in some other cases. Here it is okay, but in other cases you may get confused. Always use the procedure, all the sum of leaving currents equal to 0. Therefore I is how much? V into 1 by R plus 1 by SL plus SC, right? Now let us see what happens here. Convert into j omega. S is replaced by j omega. We want to go into frequency domain. Okay, so I equal to V into 1 by R plus 1 by j omega L plus 1 j omega into C. Okay, now let us write V by I. V by I is what generally you call, it is Z, right? V by I is generally called as Z, impedance. When you take this, it is going here 1 by R plus 1 by j omega L plus 1 by j into j omega C, right? Let this call as, now this is Z. Therefore 1 by Z is what? 1 by R, 1 by j omega L plus 1 plus j omega into C, right? Now if omega equal to 0, what is happening? If omega equal to 0, 1 by Z is how much? Omega is 0, which means 1 by 0, infinity. Therefore Z equal to 1 by Z is infinity, which implies Z equal to how much? 0, right? If omega equal to infinity, that is very large frequencies, then 1 by Z is how much? Again it is infinity. Why? J omega C, this term, omega is infinity, therefore this whole term becomes infinity, which implies again Z is equal to 0, which means we can roughly draw the response as omega, frequency, and the Z, impedance. How do they look? It varies from here and it falls. Okay, for large omega it goes to again 0, and at omega equal to 0 it is 0, and so at some omega it reaches its maximum value. That is called the resonant frequency. This is called omega resonance frequency, we say. Okay, fine, whatever it is, we don't care about that, but only thing we will say is at this point, at resonance frequency or whatever that point, Z becomes Z max. You will get a maximum value. Okay, this is our conclusion. When will the maximum value occur is at resonant frequency. That is a, just remember it as a statement. We need not derive at this point. You should just remember this one. 1 by Z is this one. From this we can write all this. Z max occurs, that this. Okay, for our point, what is resonance? First of all, you tell me, when will a circuit have resonance? Resonance is the point when the whole circuit impedance is resistive. You understood? It is not, it is resistive. Just resistive impedance is called resonance circuit. See, for example, if Z is coming out to be some 4 omega plus J times omega square minus 2, somewhere we got like this. Then when Z equal to, then omega equal to root 2, then what happens? Radian per second. Then what happens? This becomes resistive because the J term, this term goes away. Therefore, this is called resonance frequency. At resonance, first of all, what are the steps to calculate resonance frequency? First of all, find the Z equivalent. You know, if parallel, do Z1 Z2 by Z1 plus Z2 RLC, that this. See here, you have RLC. Therefore, parallel 1 by Z equivalent is 1 by R plus 1 by SL plus 1 by SC. That is SC. Therefore, you got Z equivalent. Now, make the J omega term equal to 0. That is the imaginary part is equal to, convert the Z equivalent. First find Z equivalent, convert it into A plus IB form, convert the B, that is the J coefficient to be 0. That is called, that gives you the omega resonance frequency. Okay, and then substitute this in that Z equivalent. Then what happens? Obviously this J term goes away and this remaining term is present. That is called Z resonance. At resonance, that is the value. Okay, for this circuit what he gave? 10 2K 1 nanofarad. For this circuit, let us solve for this. R, L, and what is this? C. He gave this as 1 nanofarad. This is how much? 2 kilo ohm, and L is given as 10 mu Henry. 10 mu Henry. Okay. Let us find Z equivalent. Z equivalent is what? 1 by Z equivalent equal to, since parallel these are, is equal to 1 by R 1 by 2K plus J omega L. J omega is given as 10. No, I am just calculating at this point. He has given 10 mega radian per second. At that frequency only I am calculating it. 10 mega radian per second is how much? 10 into 10 power 6 into J omega into L. L is how much? 10 into 10 power minus 6 mu plus, sorry, this is also 1 by J omega L. Okay, plus J omega into C. We will write this in the next step. 1 by Z equivalent is how much? 1 by 2000 plus 1 by J into how much? 10 power 6, 10 power minus 6 get cancelled. 1 by J into 100. Yeah. And J omega is how much? 10 mega radian per second. 10 into 10 power 6 into C is how much? Given as 1 into 10 power minus 9 nano. Okay, this is nano. Therefore, this is equal to this term. This term is how much? 10 power minus 2. Therefore, this we can write it as 1 by Z equivalent equal to 1 by 2000 plus 1 by J 100 plus J by 100. Do you know the statement? J square equal to minus 1, right? Means J equal to how much? Minus 1 by J. Therefore, 1 by J is how much? Minus J. Therefore, these both are cancelled. Therefore, Z equivalent is how much? 2000. Which means what? The Z equivalent, actually if you keep omega, you will get A plus IB form. Okay. But at omega equal to 10 mega radian per second, we are getting just real. Which means what? This is at resonance frequency. For parallel RLC circuit, here I derived. At resonance frequency, what happens? For parallel RLC circuit, the Z is maximum. this is the maximum Z we will have. Okay, so the circuit works in resonant frequency and this is the maximum we get here at this point. Therefore, redrawing this circuit, what do we have? At this point, we have 5 volt to 2000, 5 volt, and there is a transistor here. Therefore, I have redrawn the circuit. This is 2000 ohm. Okay, this, right? C1 and C2 at this frequency, omega equal to 10 into 10 power 6 radian per second. Okay, at this frequency, they are off, means they are not working at all. Now, let us draw the small signal equivalent of a transistor. First of all, for drawing the small signal equivalent of a transistor, we should know how to draw the just for transistor. Okay, just if a transistor is given like this, base, emitter and collector. The small signal equivalent is, just replace this by H of IE, H of FEIB. You need not know what are these parameters also. Just represent it like this, emitter, base, collector. You need not understand too much on this diagram. Just understand base, emitter, collector and small signal equivalent looks like this. Why? Just give small reasons to say that this is correct. See, here IB is going and beta IB is coming here. Beta IB is coming here. Beta plus 1 IB is coming here. Therefore, IB is flowing through base. Then from collector we are getting beta IB. H of FE is nothing but beta. Okay, it is correct. And IB plus H of FE IB is mixing here through emitter. So this diagram is correct. Just remember this part. All the questions in GATE can be solved. Small signal equivalent, any question in GATE can be solved just by this small diagram. Okay, here he asked what? He asked V output by V input at this frequency. Vi is the small signal input. Vi is small signal input. That is why I am drawing small signal equivalent. Okay. In a transistor, no one will ask you because of DC. DC is just for fixing the Q point. Always because of V input only we want. Okay. First step for drawing the small signal equivalent and finding the gain. First step is draw the small signal equivalent of the Q. Okay. That we drew. I'll write the steps. Okay. First one, draw small signal of transistor. Draw small signal equivalent of transistor. Okay, that is the above thing. Second one, kill all the DC sources. What do I mean by killing? Killing a DC source means if it is a voltage source, make it short. It is 5 volt. With respect to what? Ground. Therefore, make it short with respect to ground. Okay. And if it is a current source, open the current source. Directly open the current source. Okay, that is called killing. Means making them ineffective. Okay, fine. Third one. Mostly capacitors will be short at the frequency. Small signal frequency. Okay, here anyway he gave that assumption. There is no need. Okay, that's it. These both and draw the equivalent circuit. Okay, draw the small signal equivalent. First I am drawing the small signal equivalent. What does that look like? H of IE, H of IE, H of FE, IB. Right. Now this is emitter, base, IB and the collector. Alright. Now in this circuit what we can see, this part is finished. Base, collector, emitter. From emitter we are getting 2 kilo ohm and capacitor. At this frequency capacitor is what? Short. Right. So capacitor is short. We need not draw this part. This is short means all the voltage will go. This is short means 0. Therefore it will also go to here. Why is C1 short? Because 1 by j omega C1. At this frequency C1 is very large such that this is approximately 0 he is saying. Therefore this is 0. 0 ohm parallel to 2 kilo ohm is 0 ohm only. Therefore emitter is directly grounded. Fine, you understood. Next, what is this one? Here the 2 kilo ohm is grounded. Why? Because from the second step we know that kill all the DC sources. Where is that one? Across capacitor, across collector. From collector you are getting a 5 kilo ohm, 2 kilo ohm and make it as ground. Right. So I grounded it. 5 kilo ohm, 5 volt source I have killed. Now from IB, from base 2.7, this also we should kill it because this is a DC and only V input is present. Okay, V input is, why it is the small signal equivalent. So we are killing the 2.7 and we are getting only the V input. Right. So I am drawing this one. Now from the collector, at the collector end, what is present? C2 is also dead. Why? 1 by j omega C2. At this frequency, C2 is so large that such that this is 0. Therefore, this is short. And only V output is present. Therefore, here I can draw directly what? 2K and V output here. Fine. Now, just the simple KCL, KVL network theory will work here. Okay, first of all, what we'll draw? This is here KCL we will apply. KCL says leaving plus leaving plus leaving equal to 0. I am writing that H of FEIB is the leaving current here, plus the voltage here is what? V output. This is ground, therefore this is V output. V output by 2K plus here V output by 2K is equal to 0. Fine. Therefore V output by K equal to minus H of FEIB. First point. From the first, this let us name it as some equation. Okay, we'll name it as some equation 1. Now at this point we'll apply. Which point? Here we'll apply. Right. Leaving plus leaving plus leaving is equal to 0. Or no need of applying there. Just draw this. What is this? This is what? 0 volt. Right. This is 0 volt. Therefore the current entering in this is IB. The current IB is equal to how much? The voltage V input minus 0 by H of IE. It's fine. Just I am taking this current. Right. This is equal to V input by H of IE. Therefore, this is what? This becomes the second one. Now from 1 and 2, what can we write? From 1 and 2 we can write as V0 by 1K. This is 1K. Okay. V0 by 1 kilo ohm equal to minus H of FE into V input by IB is how much? H of IE. Therefore, V output by V input is how much? Minus H of FE by H of IE into 1 kilo ohm. Okay. This is constant for a transistor. H of FE and H of IE are what? The parameters which I drew here. These are constant for a transistor, right? These are just constants of the transistor. They are not dependent on input and output. Therefore, this 1 kilo ohm is dependent on input in the resistances. This is 2K. This is 2K. What are these 2K? This 2K has come from here, this part. And this 2K is nothing but 1 by 2K plus 1 by 2K has become this 1K. Okay. Remember, 2K is what? The maximum resistance at that frequency, at that for the circuit occurs at resonant frequency. It is resonant frequency. We found out omega equal to 10 megaradian per second is resonant frequency, because at that point the Z becomes resistive and it is 2K, and we have derived that if it is resistive parallel RLC circuit, it is nothing but the resonance condition. Therefore at resonance condition it has the maximum resistance. Therefore this is the maximum value it can obtain. Therefore V output by V input is how much? Actually mod is equal to some constant K into some Z, but this Z is maximum when at resonance frequency, that is 1K we are getting at here. Therefore V input by V output by V input is maximum at this frequency. Therefore V output by V input equal to maximum. See, if it was not resonance, we will get, here we got 1 by 2K plus 1 by 2K, which simplified to be 1 by K or something, and we got 1K. If it was some other thing, it will be simplified as less than 1 by K. You are understanding? If it was not resonance, we will get something less than 1000 ohm, which means what? V output by V input magnitude will be less than this one. This is the maximum it can achieve. Because of resonance, we are getting 10K here. If it was not resonance, we will get something less than 1K. Therefore, V output by V input is maximum at this point. Fine. This is maximum. Okay. Or this is directly, very simply, we can solve in this way. This is what is, find the resonance frequency. It comes out to be 10 into 10 power 6 radian per second. And he gave that this circuit works at 10 megaradian per second. Therefore, the resonance frequency of this parallel RLC circuit and the given frequencies match. Therefore, this is resonant condition. Therefore, this is Z maximum. Whatever it be, Z maximum. And this is a common emitter circuit. If you know it. If it is a common emitter circuit. For common emitter circuit, V output by V input equal to minus h of fe by h of ie into RC. Minus h of fe by h of ie into RC. Here RC is the collector resistance, that is here. That is equal to Z max. Okay. So here it is maximum value we are getting. Therefore this product and mod will be the maximum output. Therefore the V output by V input is maximum. Just by knowing the results also we can solve. For a common emitter circuit, the voltage gain is minus h of fe by h of ie into RC. Okay. And parallel RLC circuit at resonance frequency, we will have maximum resistance. That is what I proved here. First of all, I proved for a parallel RLC circuit at omega equal to resonance frequency, Z is maximum. Okay. Second one, I derived all the voltage gain of this common emitter amplifier. For a common emitter amplifier, I did all this derivation and I came out here h of fe by h of ie into RC. This is RC, this is Z max. Therefore, the voltage gain is maximum here. Fine. Therefore, what is the answer finally? A. Once you know the analog circuit very nicely, means the results if you remember, these all questions are very easy to solve.